Hey treasure hunters, mystery lovers, and the Curse of Oak Island fanatics. If you've been following the legendary hunt for buried treasure on Oak Island, then you know the heart and soul behind the search, Rick Lagina. But have you ever wondered what goes on in his life when the cameras aren't rolling? What's his story beyond the treasure hunt? Is he married? How rich is he? And what about those rumors about his health? Buckle up, because today, we're diving deep into the untold truth about Rick Lagina. Now, let's start with the basics. Rick Lagina was born on January 25, 1952, which makes him 73 years old in 2025. But honestly, if you just glanced at him, you might think he's in his 50s. The man has the energy of someone half his age. He stands at 5 feet 9 inches, 1.75 meters, and weighs about 79 kilograms, which isn't bad for someone his age. Though maybe, just maybe, he could lose a little of the treasure hunting belly, but hey, who wouldn't want to enjoy a few good meals after a long day digging for lost gold? Rick hails from Michigan, Canada. Yes, you heard that right, Canada has a Michigan too. Unlike his younger brother, Marty, Rick never pursued higher education. Instead, he took a regular, humble job as a postal worker. Life was simple for him until one day, everything changed. Ever since childhood, Rick was captivated by the story of Oak Island's buried treasure. But let's be real, how many of us dream about hidden treasure when we're kids? The difference is, Rick never let go of that dream. And thanks to his brother Marty, who had the financial means to support the adventure, Rick was finally able to chase his childhood obsession. Marty is the businessman, the strategist, the doer. Rick? He's the true believer, the one who never stops searching, never stops hoping. And while that's an inspiring story, it also reflects in their net worth. If you've watched The Curse of Oak Island, you might think Rick and Marty are equally wealthy. But here's the truth, Marty is the big investor, with an estimated net worth of around $100 million. Rick, on the other hand, is worth about $3.5 million, only about 3.5% of Marty's fortune. Now, that's still a lot more than most of us, but compared to his Oak Island team members, he's definitely not the richest treasure hunter around. But does that matter to Rick? Absolutely not. This man isn't in it for the money, he's in it for the legacy, the mystery, and the thrill of the hunt. Is Rick Lagina married? Alright, let's clear up one of the biggest mysteries about Rick, his love life. Rick Lagina is single and has never been married. Yep, you heard that right, no wife, no kids, just him and his love for history, adventure, and treasure hunting. Now, some rumors floating around suggest that Rick might be gay, but let's be honest, there's zero evidence to back that up. People love to speculate when someone chooses to live life on their own terms. But the truth is, Rick is just one of those guys who never felt the need to settle down. Instead, he spent his life close to his family, his hometown, and of course Oak Island. And speaking of family, Rick is deeply devoted to them. He has openly expressed how much he'd love to have even more family members join him on the treasure hunt. That bond, that loyalty, that's what keeps him going. Now, let's talk about something a little more serious. If you've been on the internet lately, you might have come across some shocking rumors about Rick's health. Some say he's gravely ill, others even claim he's dead. But how much of that is actually true? Let's break it down. Bacterial infection, this one is true. Rick did fall ill due to a bacterial infection, and it was serious. But thanks to quick medical treatment, he made a full recovery. It did slow him down for a while, but as you can see, he bounced back. Poisonous gas on Oak Island, again, true. There was a moment when poisonous gas was released during excavation, but the crew was evacuated in time, and everyone was fine. Cancer rumors, false. Some people mistakenly believe Rick has cancer, but this rumor likely started because Craig Tester, another member of the Oak Island team, may have skin cancer. Rick, however, has not been diagnosed with cancer. So, to set the record straight, Rick Lagina is alive, healthy, and still chasing the treasure of Oak Island. But let's be real, this man is constantly taking risks. Whether it's diving into deep tunnels or braving the unpredictable island terrain, he's not afraid to put himself in danger for the sake of history. And that's what makes Rick Lagina a legend. So now you know the real story behind Rick Lagina. He's not just some reality TV star, he's a man driven by passion, a dreamer who never gave up, and a treasure hunter who has dedicated his life to solving a mystery that has haunted Oak Island for centuries. What do you think? Will Rick and the team finally find the legendary treasure, or will Oak Island continue to guard its secrets? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget, if you love treasure hunting mysteries, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update on the Curse of Oak Island. Until next time, keep searching, keep believing, and who knows? Maybe the next big discovery is just around the corner. For centuries, Oak Island has held tight to its secrets, refusing to give up whatever mysteries and possibly treasures lie beneath its soil. Generations of explorers have dug, searched, and speculated, yet the island remains as enigmatic as ever. But in Season 12 of The Curse of Oak Island, something truly astonishing has come to light. Rick and Marty Lagina, alongside their dedicated team, have unearthed what could be the most significant discovery yet: a carefully constructed stone pathway and a vault-like structure buried beneath the swamp. These are not natural formations. They were built with purpose, precision, and secrecy. And the biggest question remains: who put them there, and what were they hiding? Imagine this: deep in the northern part of the triangle-shaped swamp, the excavation team is working tirelessly, their hands coated in thick layers of mud. The metal detectors start beeping. A structure slowly emerges, revealing itself one stone at a time. It's not a random pile of rocks, not just another anomaly, no, this is something far more deliberate. A stone pathway, straight-edged and uniform in design, begins to take shape. This isn't the work of nature, it was constructed by human hands, possibly hundreds of years ago. But why? Where does it lead? And perhaps most importantly, who built it? This stone path alone would have been an incredible find, but the team is in for an even bigger shock. Just beyond the pathway, buried beneath layers of swamp and soil, they uncover something extraordinary: a vault-like structure. This isn't some collapsed foundation or a pile of discarded stones. It's square, solid, and carefully built, almost as if it was meant to store something or protect it. If Oak Island has taught us anything, it's that where there's one secret, there are always more waiting to be found. For over 200 years, Oak Island has been synonymous with treasure legends, cryptic clues, and stories of lost riches. One such tale is that of Anthony Graves, a farmer who, in the mid-1800s, came into possession of an unusual fortune: Spanish silver coins. Graves wasn't a known treasure hunter. He didn't fund major excavations, and yet, somehow, he had access to old Spanish currency, money that was not commonly circulated in Canada at the time. So where did he get it? One theory suggests that Graves accidentally stumbled upon a hidden stash of treasure right on his property. Perhaps it was the very same vault the Lagina team is now uncovering. If that's the case, it raises some thrilling possibilities. Did Graves empty the vault, leaving nothing behind? Or did he only take what he needed, leaving the rest buried for someone else to find? Could this vault still contain treasure that has been untouched for centuries? If the latter is true, the Oak Island team might be standing on one of the greatest discoveries in the island's history. With metal detectors in hand, the team begins scanning the area around the vault. Beep. 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 One by one, artifacts start to emerge from the mud. First, they find a rusted iron crank handle, its design suggesting it was part of some kind of hidden mechanism. Maybe a winch, a chest lock, or even a trapdoor. Then comes a strange, thick iron pipe, completely unlike anything modern. Its composition suggests it dates back to the late 1700s or early 1800s, long before Anthony Graves ever set foot on the island. And then, the most exciting find. Yet, a handle, possibly from a chest or a locked box. Could this be the missing piece of the puzzle? If a chest once sat inside this vault, what was inside it? And more importantly, is there still treasure hidden in the remaining layers of mud? Rick Lagina sums it up perfectly: this wasn't just some random structure. It was built to keep something safe, and whatever that was, it was valuable enough to be hidden this well. The artifacts are sent to the Oak Island laboratory for analysis, and the results are stunning. The iron crank handle was forged before the 19th century, meaning it was built long before Graves arrived. The pipe, based on its composition, dates back to the late 1700s, meaning the vault itself is even older than originally thought. The hook and chest handle match designs from the Spanish colonial period, raising the possibility that Spanish treasure, possibly from a shipwrecked galleon, was stored right here on Oak Island. This changes everything. If this vault predates graves, then who built it? Was it a pirate treasure stash, a military deposit, or something even more secretive? One thing is certain, the team can't stop now. The vault is still mostly buried, and if something valuable was hidden here, it could still be waiting to be found. The discoveries from Season 12 have sent shockwaves through the Oak Island team. They now know without a doubt that the stone pathway and vault were intentionally built centuries ago. The artifacts found inside predate Anthony Graves, meaning the vault was constructed long before he ever lived on the island. If Spanish silver was found here once, there may be more treasure waiting below. Now, the focus shifts to excavating the vault entirely. How deep does it go? Could it lead to an underground chamber? And is there more treasure hidden inside? For over 200 years, Oak Island has resisted every attempt to unlock its secrets. But this time, Rick, Marty, and their team might be closer than ever before. The vault, the artifacts, the unanswered questions, could this be the final breakthrough? Stay tuned, because the best discoveries may still be ahead.